What's up, guys? This is a follow-up video to one that I made about 2 months ago about Phenibut. Right now, the title of that video started out, it said Phenibut withdrawal is a myth, and I don't remember the rest of the title, but basically, for those of you who don't know, Phenibut is a drug that was developed in the 1970s to give to astronauts to help keep them calm when they went into space. And it's unscheduled in the United States, which means it can be bought and sold, not in stores, but it can be bought and sold as long as it's not for human consumption. So what happens is you have a lot of websites that will sell Phenibut, and people will buy it and they'll take it, and it helps to calm them down. Right? It's very good for social anxiety. It's just makes you like, I don't know how to say it, like makes you like very comfortable in social situations, to the point where you just feel very lubricated, like you're saying all these like jokes that you might feel too afraid to say. It just makes you like faster on your feet, and that feeling of looseness can get kind of addictive. So what happens, unfortunately, is that you have all of these people who are taking this drug, right, that's not prescribed in the United States. There's not a lot of information about the effects on it in the US, and you have a lot of people buying it, and they just take whatever other people on the internet tell them to take. So that's obviously can lead to problems when you run out. So basically what I meant when I said Phenibut withdrawal is a myth is that if you taper, right, if you slowly reduce the amount that you take every day, then you will not experience Phenibut withdrawal. I'm not saying if you take 5 grams a day and then all of a sudden you stop, you're not going to experience withdrawal. Of course you are. It's ridiculous. But if you have a little bit of self-control and you take 1 gram a day, right, which is 4 times as much as what they actually prescribe in Russia. In Russia, they give you little pills that are 250 milligrams each, right? But obviously, United States, the land of excess, we're going to take more. When I was taking it, I would take about 1 gram a day on an empty stomach, and I would feel magical the entire day. I have been taking it on and off, and I'll always, like after taking it for a few months, I'll notice that my memory starts to get a little bit bad, and not in a good way either. Like I'll forget conversations that I had with people, I'll forget things that I had to do, makes my reaction time a little bit slower, so I just feel a little bit stupid on it. But the social lubrication is marvelous. So for other people who are taking it a lot, and I can really see how people would get addicted to it, because it's addictive for me too. I mean, you get addicted to the effects, right? It's not like smoking a cigarette where well, actually, I guess it is. It is like smoking a cigarette, where if you don't have a cigarette for a couple of days, you feel like shit. And it's the same with Phenibut, But again, what I want to clarify in my last video is that if you taper, right? Like for example, what I would do is I would take 1 gram a day, right? And then when I knew that I wanted to stop, I wouldn't just stop and like throw it all in the garbage like a fucking moron. I would start with a gram a day, and then I would do 900 milligrams the next day, and then 800, 700, 600, all the time until I was down to 100. And then the day after that, I wouldn't take anything. And if you only take 100 milligrams, the next day you take nothing, you're not going to notice that you didn't take it. Like it's not even noticeable. The reason people are going through withdrawals is because they're stupid and they take 1 gram, 1.5 grams, 2 grams a day. I know some people are even taking like 4 or 5 grams a day, and they're like, oh man, the withdrawal is so bad. And you read all this stuff on the internet about how people recommend, don't take Phenibut, it's really bad. You'll get addicted, the withdrawals are terrible. When I started taking it, I was very scared. I was like, oh my God, this seems like really powerful stuff. Like you take it one day and the next day you feel awful. But it's not like that. It's only stupid, irresponsible people who don't think ahead and only want to take, they want to abuse it basically and use it not how it's intended, that are experiencing withdrawal symptoms, or people that maybe just don't know. They're just ignorant, which is also a possibility. Okay, so not sure if that ramble made any sense, but basically if you are taking Phenibut, or you want to think about maybe starting to take Phenibut, start out at 0.5 gram a day. It's like it depends, if you're a guy, you're a girl, how big you are, if you're taking it on an empty stomach or not. But I would say start out at about 0.5 gram, see how you feel. And then I would say anything over 1 gram and you're getting into the territory of like, you're gonna experience some negatives that might not feel like negatives at the time, like memory loss. Nothing too crazy, just short-term memory loss, a little bit like smoking weed, and maybe a little bit of slower reaction time. So for me, the sweet spot was about 1 gram, but for you it might be more, it might be less, but around there. Cool. So if you guys, I hope that cleared up my whole stance on the whole Phenibut thing and withdrawal and all that. If you guys have any questions about dosing or how to take it or when to take it or anything that I didn't cover in this video, make sure you leave a comment. If you liked it, like, subscribe. I don't know, I guess that's it. Peace.